Welcome to the Millennial Rant, a podcast about whatever's bothering me today. With topics ranging from politics to pop culture, there's a rant to cover everyone. For more Millennial Rant content, you can join me on the web at millennialrant.com. So this weird thing happened that I never expected to happen in the entirety of my life. And that thing is that I started meeting celebrities and, actors, business moguls, people with ridiculous amounts of money, and people who live like these crazy just lives that I never that's just not me at all, with the money and the cars and the clothes and the everything. And I've said this for a really long time, but it wasn't until this crazy happened and I began to actually meet these people who live these, I guess you could say, glamorous lives and have to actually deal with this as a part of their daily life. And that thing is, when you stop treating people like people, they stop treating you like people. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is that if you treat somebody as if they're some sort of deity, as if they're God's gift to humanity, they're going to start believing it. And they're going to start treating you as if you're beneath them. And it's not going to be on purpose. They're not bad people. It's just you get used to a certain type of treatment. And a lot of times that treatment involves treating other people not even necessarily poorly, but carelessly. And I've seen this a lot now with people that you really wouldn't expect. People who've literally come up from nothing and now they're the bee's knees. Showing my age with that one. But it's bizarre. Like people who just yesterday were just like me, who blew up as a viral sensation on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or whatever, and all of a sudden they've got people who basically worship them and follow them around like groupies, and they start to believe it. And this isn't a new sensation. This has happened with musicians. This has happened with actors. This has happened with business people. This has happened with all sorts of people who have risen up or were even born into it. But now that I'm so close to it, I'm starting to realize how much I don't want that to be me. I don't want to ever get to the point in my life where it's become so second nature for people to wait on me or to assist me, that I stop thanking them for it, that I don't even think to thank them for it, because that's just what they do. And again, these people that I meet are not bad people. They're some of the best people I've ever known. But there is a certain level of dismissiveness that comes with being treated like you're more than just a person. Everybody is just a person. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do or how good you are at what you do. Everyone is still a person. There is one God and one Savior, and it's not Donald Trump or King Charles or Kim Kardashian or Taylor Swift or Kanye West or Candace Owens or any of these people who are being celebritized to the point of hero worship. I mean, I don't know any of those people. I don't go around in those circles, but you get what I'm saying, I hope. is just this idea that we take people and we put them up on a pedestal and make ourselves believe that they are more than human by treating them more than human. And that makes them start to think that they are more than human, and that it gives them the right to treat the people around them as if they're less than human. I don't like it. I don't want that to ever be me. I can't imagine how it could ever be me. But if I'm ever in the position where that starts to be me, I hope that the people that I love and who are close to me let me know that I'm going in that direction, that I'm moving away from being just a person. I don't ever want to stop being a person. And that means treating other people like people. Kind of an example of what I mean by this. When I was in Creighton for my Master's of Fine Arts, that was the first time I was introduced to Brandon Sanderson as an author. And I bought Elantris because it was his first book. And I read it and I fell head over heels in love with it. And I bought everything else that he had ever written. And I was so enamored by his writing style, by his imagination, by the way that he, built up his worlds and his magic and his characters and populated these places with things that felt real. I wanted to learn from him. I wanted to, write like him. And I became so immersed in who he was as an author that I became parasocially attached. And parasocial relationships are the relationships that we form with people that we don't know, whether they're real people or characters from a TV show or a book or whatever, whether they're actors or celebrities or authors. I tried I tried to interact with him over his website, and he wasn't as big then as he is now, but it was still very much monitored. I bought some books from my brothers that they really loved that I got signed. I put notes in the signature box about why I was having him sign it and who it was for, and basically. And the first time I did that, he wrote back to me. And I was like, oh, okay. So I bought another book and got it signed personally and asked him a question about world building, and he referred me to his website, and I was like, I'm not going to get any more out of him this way. Well, this continued for about 3 years, just completely enamored by this author and everything that he's done and was doing, and I was in deep. And I felt like I knew him. I felt like I don't know. It was the strangest sensation I've ever had in my life, because I've never felt this way toward anybody else ever that I can remember. And so I met him finally. I got an honorable mention from the Writers of the Future contest, and I was sent an invitation to their annual gala, and I went. And a large reason why I went is because I knew Brandon Sanderson was a judge and that he would very likely be there. And he was. And I may or may not have almost fallen down the stairs and taken him with me on an intercept path, but I did get a picture, and I was at a complete loss for words. Like I don't even know how I don't know. It was like the most bizarre thing. Like it was an out of body experience type of thing. And I just kind of melted a little bit, if that makes sense. Where I was just like, hi, my name's Cassie, and I'm an author, but you probably knew that because we're at a gala to celebrate authors, and I won an honorable mention, and that's why I'm here, but you really don't care. Can I get a picture? And he's like, yeah, sure. He was super nice, way down to earth. Well, later, I did end up having a massive parasocial breakup. It was like it was really bad. Like I've never had a boyfriend before, so I've never had a breakup before, so I was not prepared for like the sobbing and the crawling into your bed and like pulling the covers up over your head and the binge eating ice cream, and like I was wholly unprepared. So that was a new experience for me. But the reason for the breakup is neither here nor there. I still respect him as an author. I still enjoy reading what he writes, but I'm not, I don't know, borderline obsessed anymore with what he's doing at any given point in time. And that's, I think, kind of when I really realized that it's really easy, right? It's really easy to fall into these relationships with people and to put them up on pedestals and to think that they are grander and bigger and more otherworldly than they actually are, to think of them as if they are more than human. But they're not. Even kings are human. Even presidents are human. Even internet celebrities are human. Even authors are human. And I am glad that I went through that situation, because it is a constant reminder to me that I am just human and will only ever be just human. And the day I stop being just human is the day I start treating other people around me as if they're not people.